Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. And I want to make this video, and I actually want to make a few videos of this type. Kind of have a small series going on, kind of like where I have my Knives 101 series, where I talk about knives. Well, I want to have these kind of video series to talk about tactical gear and prepping in general. Now, this video is going to be directed towards some of the people in my community, which is the knife, tactical gear, prepping community here on YouTube. But this is also going to be directed towards some of the people who are maybe wanting to get into more of the prepping philosophy and way of living, or maybe have never really heard of it, or have seen or viewed prepping in a negative light, such as how National Geographic has depicted it in their prepping show. Now, prepping comes in all different, I guess you can say, shapes and sizes. There's people who prep for total economic collapse, where basically the government, wherever you live, you prepare for the government not having any money and a complete collapse of civilization as you know it, and you have to basically live out on the land. A lot of people prep for that. I do not have the time or the money or the resources to be able to do that. But on a small, some people prep for what a lot of people here on YouTube refer to as WROL, which stands for Without Rule of Law, which kind of revolves around the same principle of total collapse of government and civilization, where you would have no law enforcement, you'd have people being vigilantes, stealing, burning things, kind of like a full-on riot situation, looting, stuff like that. Now, there's prepping on the smaller scale, which is what I personally do. You can prep for whatever you want. But things like that do not happen every day, at least not here in the United States. But I personally and myself prepare for things that do happen every single day. Natural disasters, things like that, where you have to relocate sometimes. Take today, for example. Today we were under a tornado warning. And it was just a relatively cloudy day. Severe thunderstorms came in. And, we're just prepared for a severe thunderstorm. The tornado came out of nowhere. Literally had minutes to prepare. There was no touchdown. Everybody's okay. But I'm just saying, things like that happen all the time. And sometimes you don't have time to really think. That is why I have systems. I have bags set up. These are some of my bug out or bailout, whatever you want to call it, bags that I have set up for situations just like that. Like I said, you cannot expect some of these things all the time. Like I said, this tornado warning came up out of nowhere, and I was thankful that I had some of my bags that I could take with me. We have a basement, so that's good. But let's say something like that happens and you don't have a basement. You have to rely on a friend or a neighbor's house. Maybe they have a basement, or if you live somewhere out west, in the Midwest, or anywhere in the heart of Tornado Alley, you know that tornadoes are a constant. That is a worry day to day when the next F3, F4, F5 tornado comes by. Like I said, it happens every day. Every tornado season has, 300 tornadoes average? Or 250, somewhere around there? Sometimes it's not always a matter of if, it's a matter of when, So, you're going to need to relocate. So if you have one of these bags set up, God forbid, an F5 tornado comes by, you know what those things can do. Demolish houses. It leaves nothing but foundation. Sometimes not even foundation. So your only option is, you have, especially out in the Midwest, you don't have those here, but out in the Midwest, you have cellars dug underground to protect yourself from tornadoes. So you're going to want to relocate, and God forbid, like I said, a tornado comes by and destroys your house. What do you have? Most of the time, you have nothing. People are left with absolutely nothing but the clothes on their back and what's in their pockets. So if you have one of these systems set up where you have a dedicated bag, it does not. Now, I know you see some pretty tactical looking stuff set up before you. This is just some of the stuff that I have set up. These are bags that were given to me by companies to review and that I have. Some of them I've bought. And it's just the stuff that I like. You know, these kind of tactical military-looking bags are not a necessity. They're just what I have with me, and they're just, you know, I like them. They facilitate my needs perfectly because they're kind of built. These packs right here, as you see, are kind of built around the philosophy of being prepared. You know, the pockets are set up in a way. You know, I'll get into that in this, either this video or future videos. But that's what I'm saying. If you have one of these bags set up, you take this with you. You take it to your storm shelter. You take it either to your shelter, your cellar, your friend's shelter or cellar, and you can have things in there such as food, first aid, two things you're going to really need in those kind of disaster situations where, you know, your entire neighborhood is leveled. Now that's a pretty extreme case. That does not happen every day in tornado season, but it can happen. But, you know, you're going to want to have some items with you, especially if you have a family, that is going to be able to keep your family well hydrated, well fed, you know, so you're not starving. You're going to want to have some clothes, you know, if it's you know, you clothes get wet, whatnot. You might want to pack extra clothes, things like that. Especially if you're going to be walking around in debris, you're going to want boots, gloves. You know, helping your friends, family salvage what's left of their lives, basically. I know all this is sounding pretty out there, probably, and kind of paranoid, but like I said, this happens every day. So why not have something like one of these packs? It doesn't have to be one of these. It could be a book bag, like a standard school book bag. It could be a duffel bag. Anything that can carry a fairly large amount of items. It's just a good idea. You know, why not? You have, like I said, extra pair of clothes, first aid items, some food items, you know, canned food, those Star-Kissed packs of tuna. You know, those are really easy to store in these bags because they're flat, they're not cans. But cans are still a good option. Canned beans, you know, things like that. Things that have a extremely long shelf life, that keep a long time, easy to get into, high in calories, high in protein, things that can keep you going when there's nothing left. Like I said, first aid is also an essential, but that's, you know, that's preparing for one situation. Let's say you have a hurricane, like what happened with Katrina. People were having to relocate, or that hurricane, what was it, Hurricane Sandy that moved through recently, where people are having to evacuate. Take one of these bags with you while you're relocating. It's going to have all those items that you're going to need. You're going to need food. You're going to need some toiletry items to keep yourself clean, because that's you know, you're going to want to keep yourself sanitary, keep yourself clean, well kept, if possible. If you don't want to carry that much, you know, you don't have to. There's also different bug out bags that you might want to pack that are going to help you flee from your house, possibly. That's another type of kind of prepping situation. Maybe you have to relocate from your house. Like I said, in that kind of far out there sense of you know, WROL situation, you know, without rule of law, you're going to want to get out of your immediate location and seek a safer location. Usually, it's going to be the woods, somewhere in a more remote part of a city. If you live in a big city, you want to try to get out of the city or try to get to a more remote part of your city. So, really, your bag that you make, if you decide to go into that philosophy, you know, you say, I want to be prepared for some situations. You have to build it around your needs. You know, you can watch a lot of videos here on YouTube and get some really good ideas. But the thing is, these people, myself included, I've set these up to facilitate my personal needs for my environment. My bags are set up to prepare myself for natural disasters mostly. You know, I have first aid kits. I have things like spare pairs of clothes, gloves, fire starting material, fire starting tools, edged tools, as you can see right there. I have a tomahawk, a firearm, which you can see behind the bags, and I have a few others that I could carry with me. Ammunition. You know, here again, if you're in that survival mode, in a situation like economic collapse, you're going to have to protect yourself, because there's going to be a lot of people fighting for survival. You never know what somebody's capable of until they're pushed to their limits, which In that situation, everybody's going to be pushed to their limits and going to be in permanent, just kind of elevated survival train of thought. So your first priority is protecting yourself and your family if you have one. So in that situation, a firearm and ammunition, first aid kit, stuff like that is going to be an essential. But like I said, it depends on what kind of bug out system you're wanting to make. I know people that have several. Some people have a bug out bag specifically for evacuation from your home. And then they have 2 bags set up for that. They have one for wilderness and then one for urban. Some people have a WROL bug out bag set up where they have a ton of money in it. Gold and silver bullion for bartering. A ton of ammunition. Things like that. Now, another thing is, you hear people talk about these. A lot of people will call them bug out bags. That's what I call them. That's actually a military term. It means pretty much to kind of, how bugs will do. They kind of scurry away to get to a safer location. Have you ever had roaches in your house? You flick on the light and they all just scurry. Haven't had that happen here, but you can see videos of that. But anyway, that's what that refers to. Bailout bag. I've heard them referred to that, of course. Possibles bag. I've heard that. I've heard a bunch of people refer to them as that. Go bags. Grab it and go. A lot of people carry them in their cars. You'll call them a go bag. A get home bag. A lot of people will carry these kind of bags in their car in the event of their car breaks down and they have to kind of hike either back home or to another location to be able to have somebody come pick them up. Now, why should you have one? Well, for all those reasons I just stated. All the natural disasters that happen every day. And I think you guys just know, in today's society, things are declining, at least as of right now. With recent shootings, all these tragedies that are happening, you never know what's going to happen. So why not be at least a little prepared? And most of us, and I'm referring to you guys here in my community, that is the knife and tactical community here on YouTube, most of you guys, if you do not have one of these packs set up, you already have the prepping mentality. We carry knives, flashlights, keys with different little tools on them. We carry those kind of neat little gadgets like you'd find on different websites. So you're already a little bit prepared. This is the next level, But as I was saying, there are different levels you can be prepared. There are different situations you can be prepared for. That is completely up to you. Here in the community, you have a lot of nitpickers. That's pretty much the case anywhere in life. I'm not speaking to anyone in particular. I'm just saying there are people who are always going to nitpick at you. Say you're not supposed to carry that in your bag, or you're supposed to do this for your bag. You're supposed to do that. There really is no right or wrong way. You set up your bag the way you want to, the way that helps you personally. Everybody sets theirs up different. That's what's kind of fun, watching these different loadout videos here on YouTube of people showing what they carry in their bug out bags or get home bags, the go bags, whatever they have. It's just neat to see how different people set them up so you can get ideas for yourself. I've set mine up in ways that might not help other people, but they help me. And that's really what is important. It's got to help you and your needs. So you watch other people's videos. Some people have really extensive setups. Don't feel bad. If you've just started getting into the prepping and you've set up a small pack, or you want to set up a pack, and you see all these other people with these big expensive setups and they have a ton of gear, don't feel bad. Being a little prepared is 10 times better than not being prepared at all, which is 90% of the American population, or any population. Most people are not prepared. Like I said, most of us, we carry in our pockets every day. We carry a flashlight most of the time, our keys with little tools on them, a knife or knives. Me in particular, and I know a lot of you also watching this video, carry a firearm every day because I'm a permit holder. All that stuff right there, that is 10 times more prepared than most people. So, why not go one step further and have a bag set up for more extensive preparedness for different situations? Now, like I said, you don't have to make a bag, being prepared for other things, like I said, WROL, economic collapse, things like that. Yes, that is an absolute possibility, but like I said, when was the last time that's ever happened? Like I said, it is an extreme possibility, but if you want my opinion, I would personally prepare for things that happen, that have a higher probability of happening. Like I said, natural disasters, having to evacuate from your home. Because, your home is your safe haven. Your home is where you want to go to feel comfortable, to feel, like I said, safe and everything like that. That is ingrained into our psyche, really. So if you have packs like these set up, you're going to want... So like I said, you have these packs set up, and it's like an extension of your home. They're going to have things in them that you would find in your home. They're going to help you out on the road or wherever you're at. So it's also a comfort. Now the bag you see over here on the right, that is my everyday carry bag, or EDC, as you hear it commonly referred if you're not in this community. And that's what I carry with me every day. In there I have small items. I have, hand sanitizer, pens, notebook, spare batteries, different stuff like that. First aid kit, simple things that you would probably use every day if you're out and about. Things that most people take for granted. Most people who drop something, they need a flashlight, they don't have one. Most people, they need to write something down real quick, they don't have a pen or a notebook. Or maybe they have one but not the other. You're out and about, you get a scrape. Most people don't carry even a simple first aid kit that just has Band-Aids and alcohol wipes. Most people just don't carry that kind of stuff. So I take it to the next level. I have a bag. A lot of people here in my community, of the tactical knife community, we usually all have some system set up. We all usually have some kind of EDC carry method. I happen to just carry this medium-sized backpack. A lot of people carry pocket organizers. A lot of people carry smaller backpacks. Some people carry bigger backpacks. I get some comments sometimes on my bags, and people call me crazy for carrying so much stuff. But it suits my needs. It makes me feel comfortable. If it makes me feel better, it's not putting me out, why not them? And that's the whole point. If it makes you feel comfortable, you're not hurting anybody, then go for it. Carry what you want. But that stuff in there, also I treat as a bug out or get home system. I have items in that bag right there. If you guys, I'll put a link in the description. I have a loadout video of that bag. I have things in there like real extensive first aid kits, things like maps, different kinds of little tools and gadgets that can help me out in a lot of different situations. Like let's just say if the car breaks down, I have a way where I have a map. Of course, my cell phone has a GPS. But, that's not always reliable. I have flashlights, glow sticks, little tools, some snacks, different things like that. They're going to make your, possible inconveniences a lot more bearable. Your car may not break down every day, but someone's car breaks down every day. So, it is a definite possibility of that happening. So why not be a little prepared for it in your everyday carry system? Now, I was watching a video recently of a YouTuber here by the name of Equip to Endure. Most of you guys know him, Adam. Great channel, great guy. I really enjoy his videos. And he uploaded a video recently almost addressing the same thing about everyday carry bags and saying that a lot of people have a stigma where they won't carry them because they don't think they're cool. Or some people don't want to try to look military. And he was talking about how it's kind of a trend or a fad. It just goes in and out. Some people a few years ago only wanted the military-looking bags, such as what I have before you. And he's right. A lot of people like, oh, that's not cool. I don't want to be seen in front of my friends with that. It doesn't. It doesn't have the Abercrombie symbol on it or whatever. Gucci. I don't know. I don't know a bunch of labels. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about, though. A lot of people are into labels. Now, I'm going to address the people around my age and younger. I'm almost 22 years old. And I'm in a generation of a lot of people my age, they want to drink. You know, they want to go out and party. They're usually in college. I'm not that guy, but I'm just saying a lot of people my age are like that. And a lot of people my age wouldn't be caught dead, you know, with one of these bags. Because it's just not cool, you know. Women don't think it's attractive. They don't think it's hot. You know, it's just not cool to be seen with one of those. And it even carries down, you know, you get a little bit younger. I know I have a lot of younger viewers, you know, around the 12, 13, 14 range, you know, the early teens. And, you know, they go to school. And a lot of places, you know, nowadays, if you're seen with one of these in school, you're probably going to get talked about by either your teachers or classmates or anything like that. But, you know, I just want to tell you, don't care. You shouldn't care what other people think. Like I said, if carrying around a bag like this, or carrying around any bag with preparedness items in it, if it makes you feel better, then it is nobody's concern. If people want to make fun of you, let them. That is their problem. That's personal issues they need to deal with themselves. And you need to feel sorry for them. You really do. I've had people make remarks about my bags. I've had women make remarks about them, calling me paranoid or saying it's weird. That's their problem. You know? Prepping is a mindset as much as it is, I guess, a way of life. You know, another thing you have to be prepared for is how are you going to react in the situation where you need one of these bags. You can't panic. If you panic, you've already lost. You know, you've already lost the battle that you're trying to fight. If you do not know how to use your gear when the time comes, you've already lost. So you have to try to train your mind and say, in this situation, I'm not going to panic, because when you panic, you think irrationally. So you have to think rationally. Use common sense. That is one of your best tools. That is one of your best tools you have as a human. It's common sense. That'll get you farther than you think. So you need to know how to react so that you can use the stuff in these packs that you have put together to save your or your family's or your friend's life, or make your situation a little bit easier. Also, practice with your gear. Go out in the woods and try to use your fire starter. So that way you know what works and what doesn't. I'm not just talking about with the fire starter. I'm talking about with every, any kind of tool or gadget you have in your pack. Train how to use it, just like a firearm. If you don't know how to use it when you're out trying to use it to save your life, it's just going to make your chances of survival much less. So yeah, you need to train with your gear, you guys. You need to, if you don't know how to use something, YouTube. YouTube is a great source for information. For anything. It's like Google. But, if you guys are watching this, and yeah, you're in the YouTube community, or you're watching this, and you're not in any YouTube community, just look up, Google it. Type in the search bar on YouTube how to use such and such. How to start a fire with a fire steel, or how to use a magnesium stick. Things like that. So, if you're really interested in getting into the everyday carry system, where you want to have an everyday carry bag to hold things you might need, like first aid kit, pens, pencils, things that that you would probably use on a daily basis. And you want to integrate some things into that bag that could help you in different situations, such as you're at work or in the car, and there's a disaster. There's a flood, a tornado warning, a hurricane, anything like that, a wildfire, I don't know. Different situations, and you want to make a bag that you can carry with you every day, maybe even on your person wherever you go, where you have the capabilities of enduring such situations as I just listed. Then start looking up here on YouTube. Start looking up videos of different people's bug-out bags, bail-out bags, go bags, car bags, possibles bags, whatever. There's a ton of different names for them, and everybody usually has their own way of calling them. They're everyday carry bags. just start looking at what a bunch of different people here on YouTube carry. Get some ideas. But like I stated before, everybody will carry certain things to suit their needs that you might not need to carry. So you gotta keep that in mind too. Watch with that in mind. But like I said, get some ideas, see what people carry, look at different bags online, see what's going to suit you, see what you would like to carry. If you're curious, to the right over here, my EDC bag, that's everyday carry, that has some things in it that I could use as a go bag or a get home bag. That is made by a company called Hazard 4. That's the Evac Plan B. I'll put a link to that in the description. I'll put a link to my review of it in the description, along with the loadout video I have on it. Great bag. The one over here on the left is the Maxpedition Falcon 2 with the Maxpedition Monkey Combat Admin pouch attached to it. I'll put a link to Maxpedition's website. And down here, I have a video of this. It's a two-part video. This is the Maxpedition Pygmy Falcon 2. So that's my current bug-out bag where, when we had the tornado warning today, I grabbed this bag and my everyday carry bag. Because both have stuff that the other doesn't, so they can be used to complement each other. But I grabbed both of them and I took them down to our basement. Because, an F3 tornado is very possible here in Georgia. And that would do a lot of damage to our house. So I would have things in here, such as, like I said, food, first aid, flashlight, batteries, radio, different stuff like that, that can definitely help me and my family until we get things in order. So, alright guys, I think I've talked your ear off enough, but I just really wanted to make a video addressing the overall philosophy of why to carry an EDC bag, or why you should have a bug out system set up. I think it is really beneficial for you as an individual, especially if you are, if you have a family, create a system around your family. I think it is one of the most important things you can do as a person to be prepared for your everyday disasters possible. Disaster is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. Depends on what you consider a disaster. Carry an EDC bag, just in the event of getting stuck in traffic. You want to have things like a spare cell phone battery, maps, food, water. You broke down the side of the road, you want to have things to be prepared for that. Or you can prepare kind of like I do, prepare for natural disasters, which is very common. So like I said, your level of preparedness can vary. It's all up to you as the individual to how extensively you want to prepare. And really, this is the best generation for preppers. There are websites and stores set up just to sell little gadgets for people who are into prepping. CountyCom is one of them. Going Gear is another. There are survival stores here in Georgia, such as True Prep. Your Army, Navy surplus stores and things like that sell things for people into prepping and survival. So this is the best generation for people who want to be prepared. And I think it's terrific. And I really think it is very important. And who knows, you could set one up and it could save your life. It could save somebody else's life. Why not? It's not terribly expensive. The initial investment is not that much, but like I said, it depends on how much you want to be prepared. It depends on how much you want to spend on your bag to carry all your things. It depends on what kind of bag you want. It depends on what you want to put in it. There are some really nifty, expensive gadgets you can get into, guys. It all depends on which one you feel you would need more. So, like I said, I think I've talked enough. Like I said, I just really wanted to talk about this because a lot of people want these kind of systems but don't know how to get into it, don't know what they are. Have no idea what prepping is, think all preppers, have bomb shelters and wear gas masks on a daily basis and wear tinfoil hats, which is the way that National Geographic had depicted us, but that's not most preppers. But of course, if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to answer them. And expect some more videos like this in the future. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman 614. Peace.